Man, it's too early for this. What's up, YouTube? Yeah, it's a little early in the morning. It's like 6 something in the morning. I didn't have nothing else to do. Usually I come in here and I have a lot of cleaning to do, but today it's no cleaning and it's too early for me to turn on the dragon lights and clean everybody. So this is my version of progressively waking them up with some light outside of their enclosure. So what are we going to talk about? 2024, baby. So most of my dragons are gearing up for brumation, or technically they're ramping down, technically. But not all of them. And usually I try to get my dragons to brumate, so I do try to shorten the days and also lower the temps a little bit, mainly because of the fact that the more a dragon brumates, if a dragon does the brumation cycle period, the better your season's going to be. If they brumate, they rested their body, they are preparing their body for the next season, and that's what they do in the wild. So why wouldn't you want them to do that in captivity? So I do prefer my dragons to brumate, but if they don't, it doesn't mean anything. I'm still going to breed them. I do try to give my dragons a break every year. So if they bred one year and they gave me 4 more clutches, I give them a break. If they did not breed, or if they didn't get that many clutches, no break, because most of my dragons start pairing early February, and then usually the first few clutches are around April. So if they only gave me 1 clutch and it happened in April, they've already had an entire year almost of breaks. So I'm not going to give them a break. I know that sounds terrible, but that's just how it goes. But 2024 season is going to be similar to the 2023 season. All of my holdbacks from this year won't be ready next year, so there's going to be a lot of stuff that's not going to happen next year. But 2024 is going to be just as good, if not better, than 2023. I say if not better because there was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 females this year that did not lay eggs. 7 females decided, I don't care what you do. I don't care if you put the male in with me. I'm not giving you any babies. And that's what happened this year. Which is kind of good, actually, because the 7 females that I tried pairing some of them. Like 1 got paired, 2 got paired. So at least 3 of them got paired, and they never gave me eggs. So that's not the problem. The problem is that there was 7 that I didn't get eggs from, and that's a good thing because I didn't want to be bombarded with a bunch of babies all year round. I prefer to only have about 10 clutches a year. That's just what I prefer. So because the 7 females didn't give me eggs last year, those are going to be the 7 females that I breed this year. And obviously, there's a chance that each of them could give me 2 clutches, 3 clutches, whatever. So I do stagger them off across the year. So if you've noticed this year, there was a lot of clutches at the beginning of the year, then it slowed down, and then I had a few more clutches towards late summer. So that's just the way I like to do it. That way at the beginning of the year, I can have a bunch of clutches, prepare for my year, and then as the year progresses, I start selling stuff. Then summer, I'll add a few more babies or a few more clutches, and then obviously by the time December hits here and people are getting Christmas presents and blah blah blah, I already have babies. So that's what I try to do. Not that that matters to you all. You guys should just want to figure out what I'm gonna do next year. So I have a lot of blue bar stuff. The lights are off, but you can see they're already pretty much awake, so I will bring them out and I'll show you with my hands. So I have a lot of, not a lot of blue bar stuff, but quite a few. At least 3 females are going to be blue bar. But got some Thunderbolt stuff. I don't like producing zeros, but the female and the male that I had on sale on my website, they haven't sold, so I might as well just keep them at this point because they're going to sleep here soon. The male, he's been sleeping for like 3 days, so I might as well just keep them at this point, just breed them next year, and then if somebody wants them after that, obviously they're going to have to pay more because now they're proven breeders. Let's see. Who do I start with? Let me start with the furthest one first, and then we'll get to the closest one after the fact. Alright, so I'll start with the females. Alright, yellow females. Zinnia, it's a flower. Amira is a Greek goddess. You can see both of them are yellow. They're obviously not as bright as they usually are because the lights aren't even on. They haven't even basked. But you can see the blue bars on this girl. Unreal. They're freaking nice. Obviously, there's more blue bars out there than the ones that are on this girl. But I prefer not a saturated amount of blue bars. I don't want the entire bag to be blue. I want to have some break in the color. And then this girl, no blue bars practically. She has a little bit, but not enough to be considered a blue bar or a tiger, whatever you want to call it. But these are, she actually gave me one clutch this year, so that means she is going to be bred again next year. I thought she was going to give me two, but once I saw her digging and stuff like that, and she never gave me a second clutch, so maybe she reabsorbed the eggs. I don't know what she did with them, but that's what happened. So these two girls are going to get bred in 2024, and hopefully I get eggs from them. She got bred this year, no eggs, so it just happens like that sometimes. I don't know if they just never lock or what happened. Obviously the male's a proven breeder because I got a clutch from him with this female, but that's just how it went. So this girl is a hypo. I got her as a hypo 66% het trans, and she proved out het trans this year. I don't necessarily care about the translucent stuff, but people like translucent, so I was okay with her being het trans. And then this girl, she's actually possible het trans, which means one of her parents was possible het trans as well. So the only reason she's possible het trans is because the parent never proved out het trans or never was paired for het trans. So she's still possible het trans, but I'm almost certain that she's not going to be het translucent. But obviously you can't bet your money on it. So if she gives me translucent babies, great. If she doesn't, great. No big deal. Next set of females. It's going to be hard to show you all the females because some of them are sleeping, like I said. But yeah. Alright. Let's see what I can do. You know what? What I'll do is I'll put a picture of them up, and then I'll just tell you about them. Because I think everybody, like, maybe there's 4 dragons besides the 2 that I picked out that are awake, and it's just not worth waking up all other ones. So, like I said, it's like 6 in the morning, and I don't want to disturb them for no reason. So, here's some pictures, and let's talk about them. So, first one I got is Helios. Helios is a hypotrans leatherback dunner genetic stripe. You saw some of his babies this year. I actually didn't hit any hypotrans leatherback dunner genetic stripes. The most I hit was a hypo dunner. So I actually hit a female hypo leatherback dunner genetic stripe het trans, and then I hit a male and a female that was hypotrans leatherback genetic stripe, but none of them had all of the combinations in the pairing. So I didn't hit the all star, the banger, whatever you want to call it, the stunner. I didn't hit it in that clutch because obviously I was expecting you to know 2 or 3 clutches, but she only gave me 1. So that was just how the odds went for me. Now we're going to talk about what's his name? Zeus. I don't know why I said what's his name. Zeus is a Thunderbolt. He's a hypotrans leatherback Thunderbolt. And Zeus, if you can't see it, he has a lot of red coloration on his body, and that is amazing. So the first female, the only female that I'm actually pairing him to, because I wanted to get more genetic stripe and I wanted to get more Thunderbolts. So technically I can pair him to other females. I haven't decided yet, but the only female that I have that's ready for him right now is this hypo het trans genetic stripe female. She's also possible het 0, but obviously it doesn't matter in this pairing because of the fact that she isn't being paired to a het 0 or so a het 0 or anything like that. So it doesn't matter. So she is going to be producing some Thunderbolts for me. Hopefully, it should at least get some Thunderbolts in there just because of the fact that she is a genetic stripe and he's a Thunderbolt. That's just how you get Thunderbolts. Let's see. Next, we're going to start with Apollo. Apollo is the male that I had for sale on the website. Apollo is a hypotrans dunner het 0. This guy here is a mean machine. Every time I put a female in there, he treats them with no respect. He goes for it. He does what he has to do, but he hasn't locked with any of them, so he keeps trying, but he's just too mean, and I don't think they like it, so I think this is what's happening. Apollo is going to get paired to Daphne. Maybe Daphne, if she gets up to size before then. She's still a few grams. She's probably 100 grams shy or something like that. But Daphne is a hypo leatherback genetic stripe, het 0, 66% or 50% het trans. And I don't care if I get trans 0s, because trans 0s, while they do sell, they don't sell as well as hypo 0s. So all the babies are going to be hypo. Some of them are going to be dunner. Some are going to be leatherback. Some of them are going to be genetic stripe. Obviously, with the 0, you won't be able to see if it's a genetic stripe, but that's just how it goes. Apollo's also going to be paired with Hera, which is, I've shown her before, but she is a hypo het trans, het zero female, and she actually came from a female that I used to own, and she actually, she was het wero, possible. She was a hypo zero, het trans, het wiblets, so I paired her to a wiblets this year, or not a, I paired her to a het wiblets this year to see if I could get some wiblets. Obviously she didn't prove out, so she is just het zero. Next, we're going to talk about Ares. Ares is an asshole. He gets his name and he said, alright, that's what I'm going with. I'm going to be the god of war. I'm going to be the god of freaking terrible all the time. So Ares, Ares, while he looks amazing, he is a mean machine also. He's not, it's crazy because he's mean only up until the point where you touch him. Once you touch him, he calms down. But the entire point where you put your hand in his enclosure to the time that you touch him, he wants to bite you. Isn't that crazy? That's wild. But Ares, hypotrans, leatherback dunner, het wiblets. He's a proven male. He gave me at least six clutches this year. Jesus, he did good. He was only paired with 3 females. 1 female laid 1 clutch, another female laid 1 clutch, and the 3rd female laid 4 clutches. She did phenomenal. She's not going to get paired this coming season because she did have 4 clutches. Obviously, if she decides to lay eggs on her own without being paired, that's on her. I've had females lay eggs without ever being paired, and they just use it from the sperm they stored from the previous year. So he's going to be paired to Peach. Peach gave me some eggs this year. She only gave me 1 clutch, so she will be getting repaired. Peach is a hypo, het trans, het wiblets. That's all I got for him this year. Yeah, that's all I think I'm doing this year. Yeah, I'm not going to do any more for him this year. I don't want to saturate the market too much with his bloodline, so I will give him a year off with all the other females and just try to get Peach to lay me a few more clutches. Who else we got? Casper. Oh, Casper the friendly ghost. Yeah, Casper's white. Casper's super white. This year I paired him to Iris. Iris was a hypotrans leatherback dunner. She is like a red-orange color, rusty color. He gave me 1 clutch with her. I didn't appreciate that. I need more. So I will be doing that pairing again. And Casper hopefully gives me exactly what I wanted this year. I wanted a hypotrans leatherback dunner, het wero. He is a wero, so all the babies will be het wero. This year, the holdback I kept, Akil, he is a hypo leatherback dunner, het trans, het wero. So that's good. That's good enough. I will pair him this year, this coming year, if he's up to size. He's already about 80 grams, so he should be up to size by the time breeding season comes. But I don't know, so we'll see what happens. If he is up to size, Akil, which I'll show you a picture of him, obviously, he's going to be paired to Fortuna. Fortuna is a hypo het trans het wero. So we should get some weros next year. I should have honestly kept back a lot of the stuff that I had because a lot of people that I sold my stuff to produce weros already. And I was like, dang it, that could have been me, but it is what it is. I wasn't in a hurry and they were, so that's just how it goes. And I'd rather have had money for investing into the business than it would have to try to prove out hets, because a lot of the stuff that I sold were possible hets that proved out. So that's fine. That's fine with me. Because knowing my luck, the ones that I would have kept would have been the ones that weren't hets. So who else we got? We got Hades. Hades is a hypotrans leatherback dunner. If you don't have any idea what I'm talking about, props to you for watching this video. Hypotrans leatherback dunner is Hades. He's red. Obviously, you see a picture of him. This year, he was paired to Persephone. He was paired to Sarah. Neither of these girls gave me that many clutches. Sarah gave me 1 clutch. Persephone gave me 2 clutches. So what I'm going to do, breed them again to Persephone and Sarah. Here's a picture of Persephone. She's awesome looking. She's super dark red. She gave me the nicest reds that I've ever produced here at QB Scales and Scales. Sarah, last year she gave me some stunner reds. This year she gave me even more stunner reds just because it was a different male. So last year she gave me 4 clutches. Or no, she gave me 2 clutches last year. This year she gave me 1 clutch. I think what it is that I'm only pairing them until they give me the first clutch. And there's a lot of people that will repair. I don't repair. And I think this coming up season, if they give me one clutch, I'm going to try to repair if it's been like 3 months or so. Because if they haven't given me a second clutch within 3 months, most likely they're not going to lay another clutch, and most likely they didn't get enough sperm. So that's what I'll do. If I have to repair, I will. If I don't have to, obviously I won't. So I'm trying to obviously get as many as I can. But as I said previously, I've said this in previous videos as well, I only try to get about 10 clutches a year. So if I get more, I need help. So I don't have help, so I'm trying to stay around 10. This year I did 11. So pretty good in my opinion. One more than I thought I was going to get. So that's pretty good. So Sarah, super nice bred. She doesn't look like it, but she produces some bangers. Next I want to talk about Athena. Athena is an orange tiger or orange blue bar. Athena was paired this year several times to Hades. Athena gave me no eggs, which is fine. She is a hypo-het trans, so I should get some nice blue bar stuff from her if she decides to give us eggs. But she is a nice stunner girl. The blues in her make her oranges look brighter, make her oranges pop. So it's pretty good in my opinion. So that's kind of what I have going on for 2024. I have Rita. Rita, I was trying to sell her before her last season. Rita is 4 years old. And no, she's 5. She's 5 years old. I think. No, she's 4? I think she's 4 actually, sorry. She will be 5 next year. So that'll be my last season breeding her. I was trying to get her off to someone else. That way they could decide what they wanted to do with her. Most people want pets at this age. But Rita, if she doesn't sell by the end of this year, by the time she goes down for a brumation, she will be off the website as well. So with that said, if she is here next year, I'll probably pair her to Apollo as well. I know she's a Het Wero, but I don't have any Het Weros that are not leatherback, so I will just pair her to Apollo. He's a Het Zero, he's not a leatherback, and that way I can get some more zeros. So at least get, you know, a few sets of zeros there, a few sets of Weros here, obviously a few sets of Wiblets, and that's all. So we'll see what happens. If you made it this far into the video, I appreciate you. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Smash that like button for the YouTube algorithm. As always, peace.